Hello, everyone. Good evening. Oh, I'm so excited. I don't know why I'm particularly excited about this edition of the Librarian Spotlight Africa, but I want to say a very, very, very big welcome to the Librarian Spotlight Africa October edition. I'm supposed to be with my secretary. Yes, I'm so excited, right? This is your unusual moderator, Victoria Edozie, and you're welcome to the Librarian Spotlight Africa October edition. How are we doing this evening or this morning, depending on where we are watching from? This is the Librarian Spotlight Africa, and we are so elated and happy to have every one of us join us in this edition. Now, what I want you to do is do me a favor. If you're watching this, please, I want you to go ahead and share the link. Let people know that we have started this edition because it promises to be very, very exciting. So I am building your hopes. I am wishing that you're going to come in here really, really excited, right? So you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Today is October 26th, 2024, and we are so excited to be here, right? So beautiful. Having said that, if you're just joining us, also, I want you to leave a comment, right? Let us know where you're joining us from. Let us know what part of the world you're joining us from, so that we can, of course, celebrate you. What a special guest that you are. My name is Victoria Edozie, and I'm so excited to have everyone joining in here live and direct. Okay, it promises to be wonderful, and of course, I will have our guest and our host, and everyone is going to be so happy for this edition. Once more, this is the Liberian Spotlight Africa. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. All right, having said that, we'll be going on a very short commercial break. And when we are back, we'll be kicking it off. Okay, so don't go anywhere. Just hang around, stick around. Let's just go on this little break. When we are back, we are going to be moving right straight into the program. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right. Mm. Can you hear me? All right, you're welcome. You're welcome back to the Librarian Spotlight Africa, right? Welcome. In fact, yes, this is just a little excitement. This is my own little way of showing that excitement. Okay, yes, I can see that people are already joining. We are live here with Abdul Rahman. Please, I'm sorry if I messed up your name. Ibrahim Oganija from Kwara State, Nigeria. Yes, you also have Princess Nwaforizo from Oka, Nigeria. Wow, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. We also have Mr. Christian Ogbeje from Lagos. Okay, you are welcome, everyone joining us and listening to me. You're welcome to the Librarian Spotlight Africa. We are so excited to have you join us right here, the Librarian Spotlight Africa October edition. Can you imagine that? We have been driving this for quite a number of months right now, and it has been super amazing. So you're welcome to this edition, to this month's edition. My name is Victoria Edozie. I'm also known as the Librarian of the Now. I'm also known as the Secretary Queen because I love to come anywhere I step in. I love to bring in excitement. So you're welcome. All right, moving straight into what we have today, I would like to call on the host for today's program, and it is the person of Mr. Sylvester Ebono. Mr. Sylvester Ebony, I cannot, fully describe his personality. He's a multifaceted and multi-talented professional leader, and he's also an amazing person. He is the host of this program, the Librarian Spotlight Africa, and he has been an amazing. He loves to engage and orient teens about digital assets and everything about being digitalized. And he is the host of today's program. So I really celebrate him and I welcome him. This is his own shekere and excitement. So welcome, sir. Thank you so much for coming here this evening. You're highly welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Victoria. You are giving me the Shekere vibes to do.
Yes, so
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. Okay, so everyone, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the Librarian Spotlight. I see that we have more than the people who have mentioned that they are watching. I know some people love remaining anonymous, but I see that we have quite a number of people watching us right now. So please do well to tell us your name and let us also recognize you. And the Shekere Queen, she's going to shake her Shekere for you once you recognize yourself. Okay, so having said that, I want to let us know that today's program is going to be short. We are going to be rounding up quite before 8 p.m., unlike before, and that's because we are trying to. If you noticed recently, we are rebranding the Librarian Spotlight Africa, and there's a lot of work we are doing. Even right now, some of the plans we have, they haven't come to fruition yet. We are still in the process of rebranding and trying to reposition ourselves so that we are able to achieve the goals that we set for the Librarian Spotlight. So if you'd allow me, I'll share my screen briefly and hopefully, yes, let me share my screen. Okay, this is my screen. So on my screen right now is the program for today. We are going to be having very shortly the honoree for today. Today is a special edition where we are honoring a special person from Ghana and by the name Paul Amanor Mensah. Paul Mensah Amanor. This is a special recognition edition. We are all familiar with the Librarian of the Month each month. Today, the person we have today is not a librarian. Actually, he's a friend, he's someone I would like to call a friend of the library. And as part of the guidelines for the Librarian Spotlight Africa, we also set out to honor people who support library and literacy across Africa. While our main focus remains on honoring and spotlighting librarians. So in the 12 months of a year, while we'll honor up to about 10 librarians, we would honor about two non-librarians. So very soon, in the course of, before this year ends, this site you see on the screen, we are currently building the website for the Librarian Spotlight Africa. And like we've announced earlier, we are looking for, we're forming a team, a formidable workforce to ensure that we're able to build something very sustainable and reputable and befitting for librarians in Africa. Having said that, we're looking forward to have the honoree for today. He's not backstage yet, but I'll just run through the program. The program we see right now, Victoria has taken everything. So next on the list is the introduction of the person we are here to interview today. So give me a moment, ladies and gentlemen, and I will introduce us briefly to the man that we are here for. Immediately after the introduction, we'll come to the questions and answers section. So quickly, the next voice you will hear will be the voice of Eloho Alakbodia and Victoria Edozie. These are wonderful ladies who form part of our workforce in creating the content you see on Librarian Spotlight, and we say thank you for all you do. So, profile of Paul Mensah.
This October, we proudly spotlight Paul Mensah Amanor as our honoree for the month of October in the special edition of the Librarian Spotlight Africa Programme. Paul is a social impact leader, educator and advocate whose pioneering work in educational equity and community-led leadership has transformed the lives of thousands across Ghana and beyond.
Paul Mensah Amanor is an accomplished social impact leader, educator, and mentor committed to addressing educational equity in Ghana and beyond. He is the founder of the Foundation for Educational Equity and Development, FEED, a non-profit organization that impacts over 3,000 children, youth, and girls annually through mentorship, empowerment, and education. Paul's dedication to social change began with his work as a research and programs assistant at All Africa, a child welfare non-profit based in Ghana. He co-founded the All Girls Affair, an initiative focused on empowering underserved girls through education and mentorship. His passion for gender equity led to his selection as one of 10 international gender champions youth in Geneva, Switzerland, and as an inaugural member of the Ghana National Committee of UNESCO Youth. For the past 7 years, Paul has worked with over 40 volunteers to provide educational opportunities to more than 17,000 children across 5 regions in Ghana, focusing on mobile learning, STEM, digital literacy, and youth empowerment programs. His multidisciplinary approach allows him to address issues at the intersection of law, education, and community-led leadership. Paul's work has earned him international recognition, including being named a 2024 UNESCO King Sejong Literacy Prize laureate and a top 50 finalist of the 2023 Global Student Prize. Additionally, he has been acknowledged as a Ban Ki-moon Center for Global Citizens Leader and the Muhammad Sanusi SDG Changemaker. A firm believer in community-driven solutions, Paul works closely with schools, civil society, and educational stakeholders to reimagine an equitable education system that centers local voices. His long-term vision is to reach 50,000 plus beneficiaries by 2026, positioning FEED as a leader in sustainable education and community development. Paul holds a first-class degree in law from Central University, Ghana, where he graduated as the best student of the 2023 class. His undergraduate thesis examined policies for protecting abandoned children in Ghana, further highlighting his commitment to social justice.
Please join us in honoring a friend of the library whose transformative initiative like the Library Corner Project and Libraries Without Walls are shaping the future of education. Cheers to our deserving honoree for the month of October 2024, Paul Mensah Amanor.
Amazing, amazing. I don't know. Are there participants here? Do we have people watching? Please, if we have people watching, help me celebrate that amazing personnel. Help me celebrate Paul Mensah. Help me celebrate him. Let me see that in the comment section. I see. Okay, let me see your comments. Appreciating Paul. Thank you all. Thank you all. Very quickly, let me just quickly say welcome to Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick, he says, an Ibadan boy. This is a big man, oh, and he keeps saying he's a boy. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. And then I see Mary AJ Bukwa. Thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, I see we have someone participating from Tanzania. That's Pachi. We are from Tanzania. We're glad to have you here. We're glad to have you. Hopefully, we will shine our spotlight to Tanzania. Hopefully next year. Yeah. So Isdikar says, "My name is Isdihar Sally from Kano State. Thank you for being here." Mr. Patrick says, "Awesome CV." So yes, we want to say thank you, everyone, and welcome everyone. So currently, I'm so sorry to share this with us. Paul Mensah is currently with me on WhatsApp. We are having a chat off and on, and I don't know. It seems the area he is has a blackout. There's no power, and he hasn't been able to power his device since morning. So he's struggling to, now that he has powered his device, he's struggling to join us. And I'm so sorry that it's unusual of our program. This is the first time we are experiencing this since we started the Librarian Spotlight. Please pardon us. I'm trying to get a word from him on how we should continue. So immediately we will have him back. So, but in the meantime, I'm just going to play another video about Paul Mensah. Yeah, I see someone saying, "What a great person." Yes, he's a great guy, and I first encountered him on the Library Aid Africa platform, um, where he was one of the YAF beneficiaries. So from there, I started following him on LinkedIn. I believe that's where I learned more about him. Let me bring Madam Shade on board. Madam Shade, are you there?
Hello,
Hello.
Sylvester. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Yes. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening, everyone.
You
Good
look good.
evening.
How are you, Ma?
I'm fine. Thank you, Sylvester. Well done.
Yeah. Okay, so Ma, like I already apologized, we are yet to have Paul Mensah because of some challenges he's having over there with internet connectivity and power. He has been trying to fix this for a while now. Let me see, someone just stepped in. Okay, it's Victoria. It's not here yet. Even our surprise guest is backstage right now. Our surprise guest for Paul Mensah is here, but we do not have Paul Mensah. So, Madam Shade, I don't know. Maybe I should just engage you in a brief chat. Like I said, today's session is going to be very brief. Immediately I get a word from Paul Mensah. If he sends me a message now telling me that he's unable to do this interview because of these challenges that were unforeseen, we are going to end this stream right away. and then we will possibly send a recording. We'll upload a recording for us to watch. But I don't know. The coordinator of our evaluation committee is here. Are we still going to present the award in his absence, so that maybe later we can do a recorded interview?
Let's wait for him. So if he's not coming today, we may have him some other time. But let him come on board. We need to learn from him. We need to hear him speak. Tell us. We need to encourage ourselves as librarians so that we'll know that, okay, I can do this to achieve this. We need to hear from Paul.
Okay. Okay. So the question I was going to ask you while we were waiting for Paul is about Librarian Spotlight Africa. Librarian Spotlight Africa. So let me use this opportunity. The documents we are using to prepare the webmaster for our website, there's an overview we sent to him. So I'm just going to read from it, that the Librarian Spotlight Africa is a leading initiative dedicated to recognizing and celebrating exemplary contributions of librarians across the African continent. The program showcases the transformational work of librarians in promoting information management, literacy, and library growth through monthly live streamed interviews with virtual participation, like what we're experiencing now. Then, apart from honoring certified librarians, while we are maintaining the integrity of our professional focus, which is librarianship, the Librarian Spotlight Africa will periodically extend a special recognition edition to leaders and change agents in related fields. For someone like the first person in that category we are having is Paul Mensah, whose initiative significantly advanced libraries, significantly also advances literacy, and of course, fair access to information. So for so many people who are still wondering, what is the rationale behind what we are doing? The problem statement is this: despite the efforts of librarians in promoting information and digital literacy, in promoting knowledge management and addressing societal issues like education, inequality, and information access, their relevance seems to not be well represented due to the stereotype of them. By them, I mean of librarians as passive bookkeepers. This seems to be what the general public assumes. And this underrepresentation of librarians in Africa is a huge problem. And we've had several other interviews that have stressed this problem. So, but as many people see libraries as just book storage facilities rather than centers of learning, creativity, and community development. This lack of awareness among the general public contributes, no doubt, to some of the major challenges we face in librarianship in Africa today, and which include the reasons why, if you find out in Nigeria today, why the National Library is still not in its full form, the place is still there abandoned, poor funding for library infrastructure, insufficient resources for personal development, and a huge disconnect between librarians and the ever-changing needs of the digital age. So these are problems that arise from, just like we said, despite all the promotion works, information literacy, and huge works librarians does. So this program, Librarian Spotlight Africa, just seeks to address all these issues by shining a spotlight on exemplary contributions of African librarians that are and we provide them platforms. Because if you notice, LSA is a platform, is a voice for librarians to share their experiences and inspire the next generation, and also to shape the future of libraries throughout Africa. I know a lot of people have been impacted through the interviews we've had since February, and there have been ideas from different interviews. Every interview comes with its own lessons. And so I'm going to stop at this point, having established a background. I would like Madam Shade to share her thoughts about what she thinks are the prospects for Librarian Spotlight Africa. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sylvester. You've taken almost everything out of me, but I would like to stress it more that we Liberians we are doing our job very well. When you go to the academic library, the librarians are there to guide students in their research endeavor. Librarians subscribe to databases just to provide access to information for students. In school libraries, we have school librarians doing their bit, complementing the work of teachers in ensuring that children that cannot read books are, are guided on how to read books. Children that need incentives to read are guided. And library in where they are fully funded school libraries, you find that as students that need visual aids to read are given the opportunities right in the library. The library serve as a sanctuary in school library. The library and school media center complement the work of teachers. Then let us come to the public libraries. The public library, which is regarded as the People's University, we provide services. I work in a national library, but in the public service branch, we provide services for our diverse users. Every end of the month in the library, we organize movie screening for our users. They come to us for you'll be surprised that some persons will just walk in. Where can I get a I'm looking for where to buy charger. Yeah, I'll just laugh because that is the information they need. And as librarians, we are providing it. But sadly, over the years, we have not been celebrated. People don't see the library and the librarian as doing their quota in ensuring that we live in ensuring that Nigeria is sustainable. We achieve sustainable development. So Liberian Spotlights, we came together and we decided, okay, how do we appreciate Liberians going out of their confine, doing extraordinary to ensure that our voices are heard? That is why the Liberian Spotlight Initiative came on board. It came on board to celebrate the efforts of Liberians, the unsung heroes in the library, those that are gathering dreads on their body just to ensure that people have access to information. Librarians that are doing cataloging and classification, providing metadata for materials that come across them. Librarians performing the work of archivists and curators in their various libraries. This platform was battered just to appreciate what they are doing. Every librarian is appreciated. Every librarian matter to us on this platform. So any librarian that is appreciated or any friend of the library that is appreciated, just know that we appreciate you. We appreciate every single librarian providing access to information, providing their library space for people that are bothered. In my library, we have lots of people that are worried. We have lots of young people coming into the library, frustrated, no direction. But they find the library as a place of solace where they come to take fresh air from the free fund that we provide. We do this work, but we are not appreciated. So this platform was established, was created just to bring people together to know the work we are doing in our various libraries, what we do, the services we render, and to celebrate those unsung heroes. We love you, we appreciate you, we see you and we hear you, and while your voices, we celebrate you. Thank you, Sylvester, for this initiative. It's a well thought initiative.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dami Larry, is Dami here? I just sent a message for you. If you could please read and acknowledge Dami. Um, Immediately I get an acknowledgement, I will would continue. So I see a comment from Oyekanmi Gabriel. Oyekanmi Gabriel says, "Good evening, everyone." Yeah, good evening and welcome. Thank you so much. So you can just put in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the Librarian Spotlight Africa program. If you find it relevant in the time that we are in right now in the profession of, in the practice of librarianship in Africa. If you find this program relevant, please share your thoughts with us in the comment section. So, Dami, are you there? Okay, okay. I think Dami, I think he was saying, he was speaking, but I thought he would. Okay, let me bring you in, Dami. I can't hear you until you come in. Dami, good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you
Awesome.
loud
Awesome.
and clear.
Great.
Everyone,
Great. Awesome. This is nice.
everyone, everyone. I don't know how to say this. Everyone, I know none of you were expecting the person you are seeing right now. It was not publicized. It's Damilare Oyedele. Is the founder of Library Aid Africa, and he is here today in the capacity of a surprise guest. He was supposed to be the one that presents the honor, the award as special honoree for the month to Paul Mensah Amanor. But I've just received a message from Paul Mensah that he apologizes that we cannot have him today. So on behalf of the whole team, I want to apologize that we won't be having Paul Mensah today. Um, so please help me make welcome Damilare Oyedele to share a brief remark. And after his remark, we are going to be closing this session for today. Thank you so much, Dami, for honoring us with your presence. I don't take this for granted at all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's nice to be here, Sylvester. Nice to connect with Madam Shade also again this evening. And I must commend the effort you're putting in place to spotlight librarians across African countries. Not just spotlighting the work that libraries are doing, but also, sharing the impacts or the evidence of our work. I mean, I've followed Paul's story very keenly over the past 3 or 4 years, which I've gotten to know him. He has proven to be very diligent in what he does as a young person, running libraries without walls, and also doing a lot of other great stuff in the library ecosystem. And to further speak more on that, on what Madam Shadi had earlier mentioned about what libraries and librarians are doing, right, and also with the work you're also doing in that regards to promote and spotlight libraries, and that starts with how we're able to use storytelling to communicate the impact of our work in the library ecosystem, because oftentimes the library ecosystem, we don't speak about our work. We just love to be quiet. But at this age and time, it's important that we live that quiet nature of ourselves and engage proactively in our communities and engage how we can use storytelling approaches to communicate the impact of our work, which is something you are working on, which is totally exceptional. I want to encourage you to keep on doing what you're doing, to continuously, spotlight librarians across African countries who are doing exceptional work across the globe. Not just doing the work, but also, who have proven impact to show for, and also to encourage younger librarians, because some of the challenges you have when the library ecosystem is that, and looking at how the library ecosystem is changing rapidly, okay, it's kind of hard at some point to get some kind of motivation to support your journey, because there's no one to look up to, sort of, in the context of you're trying to chart a different pathway. I can recall when I started my work as a librarypreneur for Library Aid Africa, it was a very heavy start and a very challenging start because there was no template to start with, right? And right, and even as of now, there's still no template. You're having to learn and cross-pollinate ideas from various ecosystem, okay? And that shows that there's so much more career pathways in the library ecosystem that are yet to be explored, right? Paul is doing amazing work in Ghana, amazing things he's doing. There are other colleagues also across other countries. So the future of libraries actually relies heavily on us to stop to sit back in our shelves, but however, engage in our community, use storytelling to communicate our work, engage in advocacy, engage our community. I've followed Madam Shade's work heavily also around community engagement on SDGs and also around climate action and climate change, right? These are the innovations we want to see. We just don't want to do cut and class alone and do reference services, right? These are essential part of our work, but however, we need to always continuously innovate, right? We need to innovate, we need to improve. We can't keep on doing what we used to do. We need to innovate. And glad to see that someone like you, Sylvester, is taking this, huge step forward to not just only spotlight librarians, but to bring in the storytelling approach to share the stories of the impact of libraries. I've been reading through the chat box and I'm amazed to see, people from various countries participating. You are building a very vibrant online community of librarians who will be much more confident in their work as librarians, who will see more value in what they do because the stories you're sharing to people are inspirational, right? And that will further propel not just interest, but also, improve their curiosity to see what other opportunities to explore, right? How they can scale their work and how they can learn from other emerging librarians across the world, across African countries, because uh, the library ecosystem is pretty much the same thing in African countries. So the solutions we have are able to be implemented across board. And I want to say again, congratulations for this intervention you're working on. And it's also great to see Madam Shade again, once again, virtually. Nice to connect with you again. And Sylvester, good job you're doing. Let's keep that up and let's keep on, spotlighting librarians, using storytelling and communicating the impacts of libraries and the role libraries play to transform our society in this age and time. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for bringing me on board on this show. And it's nice to speak briefly to your audience. Thank you. Over to you, Sylvester.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you. I said, God owns time. God owns everything that happens to us. Everything happens according to His timing, and we didn't plan for this. But today we've been able to talk about some other things that we usually do not have the time to talk about in the Librarian Spotlight Africa program. And I want to say thank you so much for your encouragement and for leading the way. And something you said that I just connected to, that when you started Library Aid Africa, there was no template, and I agree with that. It is true. So starting off, it's not easy at all. So I really celebrate what you are doing and how you have influenced many young librarians, and you continue to even influence me too. Thank you so much, and for even being here today. We say thank you. Madam Shade, I want to bring our team members up stage so that we can close now. Thank you, everybody. Victoria and Ramatu. I saw Ramatu here, Madam Ramatu. Okay, she's no more here. So it's a closing for us. But let me just read what Mr. Patrick says. He says, Librarian Spotlight Africa is a golden initiative in the sand of time. One of the major problems of the profession before now is lack of appreciation, and what you don't appreciate will definitely depreciate. Wow, that's so deep. Mr. Patrick, that's really deep. That's deep. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Madam Shade, I will let you give the final words, and then we will call it a night for today.
Okay, thank you once again, Sylvester. Just like my Oga Patrick said, if you don't appreciate something, over time it will depreciate. I think we librarians first, we need to appreciate ourselves in our corners, in our libraries. How do we package ourselves to our users? There's this Yoruba proverb say, the way you address is the way you are addressed. How do we appreciate ourselves first as librarians? When we go back to our various libraries, let us raise our shoulders high and let people that are using our service know that yes, we are worth our onions, we know what we are doing, and we are good at our trade. When we do that, people will start appreciating us. And just like Damilare said, when you carry out all these innovative services, don't put them in the cooler or on the shelf. Let us see them. The social media technology has made it easy. We have lots of social media platforms where we can talk about our work, what we are doing. Now you have gone to a community, you have reached out to 30 students, you have empowered them with digital skill. Fine, you are doing well. But if nobody is seeing what you are doing, everybody will assume, okay, that library, that librarian, they are just there. The library is a useless place. But when you tell stories and you put it up on social media platform and people reshare, people will now understand, okay, hey, the library is no longer a place where people just walk in, seek for their information, go to the shelf, bring out books. They go beyond their library walls.
Yeah.
And like I tell people, like maybe we were too slow or docile. All these NGOs, they are driving our course. Well, they are driving our course. Over time, we've left our profession, we've left it just to go away. What we do, because we don't tell our stories. And if you don't tell your stories well, people will tell the stories for you and they will tell it to glorify themselves. So it is ripe now for us to start telling our stories. If you have a database in your library, let us roll out data of how many people have benefited from these services. Let people know about it. It may be on our own personal social media platform, even if the school does not have. By doing this person will know, another person will know, and by the time everybody will know that, okay, this is what they do in that library. Let me go and see. And we started the movie
Yeah.
screening in my library, screening for development. The first day, the first Friday, we started with 18 people. By the next one I was doing, by the next movie screening, we had 40 something. By the third movie screening, we had 60 something. And the DG of conflict resolution institution, he came as one of the guests, and people came, and people were surprised. And the following week, I was invited to a radio station to come and talk about what we do in my library, just because he came accidentally to the library and he saw that we cleared a part of the library to screen and he was surprised, he was shocked. So you mean this area too? You are doing this and this? I said, yes. We have a corner in the library where ask a librarian. Are you bothered? Ask a librarian. And people have been coming. You'll be surprised that men too are experiencing abuse, emotional abuse, gender based. I won't call it. I don't know what to call it. Men abuse. But they come in, madam, please, can I see you? And thankfully, we have a clinic close to my library. I'm not a counselor, but we have counselors beside us. So they go for cases that they don't understand, but because we don't tell our story, nobody will know that we offer those services. But like Domilare said, I will go back. Let us learn the arts of storytelling. Let us loud it. Let us use loudspeaker to talk about what we do in our libraries. Because if we
Yes.
don't do it, others will do it.
Exactly.
I want to stop here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, on that note, we want to say thank you to everyone. I don't want to overflog all that Damilare and Madam Shade has said. Even I don't know what's happening today. Unlike me, I thought I would be the one that would experience this because since morning I've been on webinars. We had the open access webinar. Immediately after that, I rushed off for a wedding, and then we joined the National Library of Nigeria, which held its own webinar. I attended that webinar from beginning, 4 to around 6:30, and then I left the webinar. So, and here I am again today. I'm glad that today has been valuable. We've had a great time having this conversation. So, every one of you watching, thank you. Please share this video. That's the only way you can support what we do. Share this video, and if you have any ideas that you think can help Librarian Spotlight grow, please reach out to us Our website will soon be live. Please reach out to us and share your suggestions with us. If you love to be a part of our team, why not? Please reach out to us, and then we are looking forward to have a very resourceful team. So, having said that, we're bringing the program to a close. Do have a good night, and I promise you, next month, the librarian of the month for next month, we have contacted that person already, and we can't wait to introduce her to you on the 1st of November. It's going to be a shaker. There's going to be a very insightful interview, and I know we are all going to have a great time in November. So until we come your way again, see you in November. Good night, everyone. Good night, Auntie Shade. Bye.